Hi and welcome to another game video, and in today's video I want to talk about how Sony just can't seem to get portable consoles right. Now they've released two portable consoles. If you ignore the PlayStation Pocket, you've got the PlayStation Portable and the PlayStation Vita. Now the PSP, fantastic console, really kind of brought home console to the portable. I don't think Sony were going down the let's bring a portable console out. I think they were going down let's make a home console portable. So the PSP was dubbed like a portable PS2, and that's fantastic. Gameplay and graphics wise, yes, it really is on par with the PS2, but it had one glaring mistake, and it's the biggest problem that PSP owners always complain about. It's the lack of a second analog stick. This is my PSP. You've got your lovely left analog stick, nothing on the right. And it made playing a lot of those games that were designed for home consoles that were ported over to the PSP a little difficult. Why Sony did it, I don't know. It was just such a huge error on their part. Move over to the PlayStation Vita, and Sony seemed to have listened. PS Vita has a right analog stick and a left analog stick. But once again, Sony made a huge error. Whereas the PSP was sort of PS2 era, PS Vita was sandwiched in between PS3 and PS4. Lots of big name games were looking to port across to the PS Vita. Some did, some fantastic titles on the PS Vita. And one feature that it also had was remote play, which means you could use your Vita as a screen and controller for your PS4 and play games from your PS4 directly via or through the PS Vita, with one glaring mistake. PS Vita only had L1 and R1 shoulder buttons. It had no triggers. Any PS4 games that you wanted to play, it was pretty difficult to play on a Vita via remote play. Why? Why could Sony not just look at what was already there in both the Vita and the PSP's case and go, well, we need to replicate that in a portable? I'm sure somewhere along the line it comes down to cost, but it's some of the downfall of the Vita, and it's why the PSP wasn't so successful. Lack of second stick on a PSP, major mistake. Lack of trigger buttons on a Vita, also major mistake. But there were options to use the back of the Vita's touchpad. You could buy special grip cases which would turn the touch on the back with two little trigger buttons on this new case, and that would touch the back. It really was just a clever way of getting around a problem that shouldn't have been there in the first place. The Vita should have had triggers, and the PSP should have had a second analog stick. And that is why the PSP didn't do as well, and why the Vita really didn't do well at all. Both fantastic consoles, but they just lacked those main elements that really let it down. Had each one of those had, well, the PSP had a second stick and the Vita had triggers, the portable gaming market would have been a completely different place. Let me know what you think. Link, like, subscribe, enjoy.